excuse me. So again, continuing on the survey of diseases. Talked about diabetes, tuberculosis. Now I'm just going to talk about heart attacks and strokes. Something that's very important. In fact, heart-related issues is the #1 killer in the United States, somewhat closely followed by with cancer. Talk about that. So, need to talk about, or just want to just kind of touch on, you may have heard the term cardiac arrest and heart attacks. Well, cardiac arrest actually deals with an electrical problem, an electrical issue going on. Whereas that's a cardiac arrest. Whereas heart attack deals with actually pumping, okay, where you might have blockage in a vessel. So cardiac arrest, all right, so both of them can kill, but cardiac arrest deals with some sort of electrical issue that's going on because basically the heart does run on, in a sense, on a level of electricity. Whereas heart attack, again, some blockage. So I got several slides to further emphasize that. Again, cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest is an electrical problem. Heart attack, all right, is a circulation problem where you have blockage going on somewhere in the circulation. Again, I don't know. I just kind of like to show similar slides for redundancy. It just kind of helps out, I think. Again, cardiac arrest, and this is from the American Heart Association, as you can see here. Cardiac arrest, all right, is an electrical problem. Heart attack is a circulation issue where you have blockage in the arteries. This is blockage, all right, we call plaque, all right, where blood is not flowing. All right, so let's look at a heart attack or an MI. So here's a normal coronary artery. Now, the coronary artery, folks, so just arteries on the outside of the heart. So the heart is a muscle. The heart needs oxygen from red blood cells, water, nutrients, and all that stuff that the blood carries. So the heart is a big muscle, all right, about somewhere about the size of a fist. And again, like I said, it needs cells and tissues and nutrients as well. They don't get it from the blood going in through the inferior vena cava and superior vena cava and anything, and through the four chambers, but they get the blood supply from the coronary arteries on the outside. Goes into the capillaries and so on and so forth, therefore, so they get the blood gas exchange and all that within the heart. So here's a normal, all right, artery. See it nice and open, all right, flows nice. All right, maybe I can just use a different color. I don't know if that'll help. Yeah, all right. Atherosclerosis, we call this plaque. So this is just plaque buildup, all right, from fats, just fatty acid. We kind of get into the lipids and triglycerides and fats and LDLs. So you got that building up there, right? And it can build up to the point where that insert is just blockage. Now the blood cannot get to the much needed areas, all right, down here to feed the heart muscle. That is where the problem lies. And that's bad. So again, another one, all right, here. You got basically that plaque building up. And guess what? Basically, as a result, it's very hard, difficult for the blood to get through to actually, in a sense, feed downstream, okay, the muscles of the heart with the much needed nutrients and water, and also to take away carbon dioxide and other waste products away from the heart, which the heart cells produce, and to get rid of them. So again, normal artery, and this is actually the cross section of the diameter. All right. nice and wide. And then here's plaque buildup. So that's going to increase blood pressure. So kind of think about it like this. This is a garden hose. So when you have the garden hose on, okay, water's going to come out and it's just going to just drop down, so on and so forth. But think of this, where that blood pressure is going to increase up. If you put your thumb, so say like this is your thumb. So this is your thumb closing, all right, the diameter of the garden hose. What happens? It increases the pressure of the water and the water shoots out, as opposed to just kind of just dropping out, right? The water shoots out because of pressure. You've built up pressure, all right? Yes, of course, in the garden hose scenario, yeah, that's good. But you're talking about your own arteries or in your body, no, that's not good, of course. Again, heart attack. So again, this is where you're having like the blockage here. And this part, all right, is actually a negative impact on the heart muscle and tissues, and that's not good. Okay. So again, you got blockage here in the heart. Now with a stroke, folks, with a stroke, same thing. Blockage in a blood vessel with blood leading up to the brain, or probably a lot of times, many times, you know, somewhere in the brain itself, where again, where a vessel is blocked and the brain and blood is not being evenly distributed or going to the much needed places where it needs to go in the brain. Because the brain is an organ, the brain needs oxygen, needs to get rid of its carbon dioxide, and it needs its nutrients and glucose and amino acids and proteins. The blood brings it. All right, brings all those much needed resources to the brain. But if this is blocked, that's going to be a problem. All right, ischemic stroke. Again, you have this blockage, all right, which is problematic. So again, the blood is not getting to this area, and guess what? No blood, the cells in the tissues will start dying. Just like with the heart, the cells in those tissues will start dying. And that will actually, this part of the brain basically will just, in a sense, kind of not survive. The other parts might be fine. But this part of the brain, okay, basically too many cells, that part of tissue might die off. And that might affect one's vision. That might affect one's ability to walk. That might affect maybe the left side of someone's body as a result of a stroke. So it kind of depends upon which part of the brain that stroke actually occurs. So that can have an impact. So again, a heart attack is when you have blockage in the vessels for the coronary artery. A stroke is when you have a blockage in the vessels of blood, rather blockage in the arteries or any vessel taking blood to the heart, or just blood, taking blood to the brain, or just vessels that's in the brain itself. All right. Yet again, blockage, all right, in the carotid artery, that can happen. So it's down here. So not in the brain itself or anything, but right here. That's going to decrease the amount of blood that gets into the brain. Not good. All right. Here's another part of the brain where that you can have blockage. All right. Again, stroke. Vessels that where the blood is blocked, going to the brain or in the brain, heart attacks, circulation problem associated with the heart itself. Thank you.